Hi everyone, today we're going to study factoring. This time we're going to factor by grouping. How to factor by grouping? We're going to follow these 4 general steps. In step 1, we're going to group terms with common factors. Step 2, we will factor out the common factor in each group. Step 3, factor the common factor from the expression. Step 4, check by multiplying the factors. Let us have example 1. Let's factor out these 4 terms: xy plus y plus 2x plus 2. In step 1, we're going to group terms with common factors. So I'm going to group the first 2 terms, xy plus y, and the last 2 terms, 2x plus 2. In step 2, factor out the common factor in each group. In the first group, the variable y is common, so I'm going to factor it out. So y comes out. What remains inside is the x plus 1. For checking, I'm going to multiply this y to this x, so I will get back the xy, and then y times 1 is y. So I'm sure that this is a correct factors for the first group. In the second group, the common is the number 2. So I'm going to bring out that number 2, and what remains inside is the x plus 1. So checking again, 2 times x is 2x, 2 times 1 is 2. So I'm sure that this is a correct factors for the second group. In step 3, factor the common factor from the expression. We have now here 2 big groups. For each group, the common factor is the binomial x plus 1. So I'm going to bring out that common factor outside. So it is now x plus 1. Since we have 2 big groups, the second factor should be a binomial also. So I'm going to collect all the terms that will remain after removing the common factor from each group. So in here, it is y, and then plus the 2. In step 4, let us multiply the factors to check if our answer or if the factors are correct. So x multiplied by y, I will get that xy. X times 2, I will have this 2x. And then 1 times y, we'll get back that y. And 1 times 2 is 2. So these factors are the correct answer. Let us have example 2. 2x cubed minus x squared minus 10x plus 5. Step 1, group terms with common factors. So I'm going to group the first 2 terms and group the last 2 terms. But you see here, our third term is negative. So while putting the grouping symbol, I should write here the plus and then put the last 2 terms in the grouping symbol. In step 2, factor out the common factor in each group. The common is the x squared. So I'm going to pull out the x squared. So what remains will be 2x minus 1. In the second group, the common is 5. but I should write -5 so that later the binomial here will come to be on the same value with the 2x minus 1 of the first group. So if I pull out the -5, what remains here is the 2x minus 1. Before going further, I must check myself if the factors are correct. The -5 multiplied by 2x, I will get the -10x back. The -5 times -1 is +5. So these factors are correct for the second group. And then for step 3, we will factor the common from the expression. So from the two big groups, the common factor is that binomial 2x minus 1. So I'm going to pull it out. So 2x minus 1 is now here. And for the second factor, I put 2 blanks because since I have binomials in here, I should have a binomial also in the second factor down here. And then to collect the remaining terms after removing the common factor, from the group 1 here, x squared I should copy down here. And for the second group, the -5. So for step 4, I'm going to check by multiplying the factors. So the 2x times x squared, the answer is the 2x cubed. 2x times -5, I will get the -10x. Then -1 times x squared, it is -x squared. -1 times -5 is +5. So we are now sure that our answer is correct. Let us have example 3. Factor out 2x minus 9y plus 18 minus xy. So let us group terms with common factors. If I group the 2x minus 9y, there is no common between these two terms. Also, the 18 minus xy, if I group these two, there is no common factors for these last two terms. So what I'm going to do is to rearrange the terms. I can put the 2x on the last part. So it's now -9y plus 18 minus xy plus 2x. And then from here, I can see now that there is a common factor in the first two terms. Also, there is common in the last two terms. So it's now the quantity -9y plus 18 plus. So again, I see here that the third term is -xy. So I must be careful. I should put here the plus and put the grouping symbol for the -xy plus 2x. And step 2, factor out the common factor. In the first group, the common factor is 9. But I want this variable y to be positive, so I should pull out -9. And if I do that, the remaining terms inside here should be y minus 2. Now to check myself, the -9, if I multiplied by y, I will get back the -9y. The -9 times the -2 equals +18. So I'm sure that these factors are correct for the first group. Now for the second group, I want that y to be positive also, so I should factor out a -x. So what remains here now is positive y and then negative 2. So let us check again if the factors are correct. I'm going to multiply negative x by y. It will be negative xy. The negative x times negative 2 will be positive 2x. So I'm sure now that these factors are correct for the second group. And for step 3, let us factor the common factor from the expression. So the common is the y minus 2. It is now down here. And for the second factor here should be a binomial. I will simply collect the terms that will remain after removing the common factor. For the first group, the negative 9 will come here. For the second group, the negative x will remain, and I should copy that down here. And for the step 4, I should multiply the factors to check if it is correct. So y times negative 9, I will get the negative 9y. Then y times negative x, here is the negative xy. Negative 2 times negative 9, I will have this positive 18. Negative 2 times negative x will be positive 2x. So now I am sure that my factors here are correct. And this is our final answer. Let us have example 4. Factor out x squared minus 6x plus 9 minus y squared. Step 1. Group terms with common factors. If I group the first two terms, I can see that there is common between them, and that is x. However, if I'm going to group the last two terms, there is no common for these two. So this is a special case. It is possible that I can group the first three terms. So x squared minus 6x plus y is now taken as one group, and then the negative y squared will be alone. And then this trinomial, I can factor it out into the square of difference of two terms. Then I will just copy the negative y squared here. In step 2, I'm going to factor out using the special product difference of two squares, and this is the formula. When we have a squared minus b squared, the answer will be the binomial a plus b times the a minus b. In this case, the x minus 3 is considered to be the a, and the y is the b. So in applying this formula, it will be like this. So the a, the x minus 3, I will copy here. Then first I'm going to put the plus sign, and then the y. And then multiplied by the quantity x minus 3. This is the a again. And then this time should be minus, and the y. And then I'm going to simply remove the grouping symbol inside the square brackets. So the parenthesis inside is now removed. So these are the factors. So step 3, we're going to check by multiplying the factors if these are correct. So if I'm going to take one term each from this group and to multiply to the other group, this will be the product. So x times x will be x squared. X times negative 3 is negative 3x. X times negative y is negative xy. Next is negative 3 times x is negative 3x. Negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. Negative 3 times negative y is positive 3y. Now for the y, times x is positive xy. Then y times negative 3 equals negative 3y. And y times negative y equals negative y squared. And from here, let us see some terms that we can combine or cancel. This negative xy, there is a positive xy down here that we can cancel both of them. Also look at the positive 3y. There is a negative 3y in here, so both terms are cancelled. And then we will collect what will remain, the x squared. Then we have this negative 3x and negative 3x. Combining them, we'll get the negative 6x. We will copy the 9 and the negative y squared down here. So you see, the final answer here equals our original problem. So it means this trinomial and another trinomial here is our final answer. I hope you learned something from this video. See you again next time.